Oh my gosh, that was the stupidest thing I could have ever said. That's to show how immature and how much of a baby I was. Like, I'm laughing now, but because, I made a beautiful human being, but it was not funny. Hi guys, hello and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Bernice, aka Miss Berizi of Berizi's Closet. And if you don't know, Berizi's Closet is an online boutique that sells both male and female clothing from a size small all the way up to a size 4XL. Okay, so check down in the description box below. Oh, I'm gonna put it on the screen. So please, guys, head on over there and shop from my closet. Thank you so much. And let's get right into this video. So guys, in today's video, this is a very emotional topic. I've wanted to share for the longest because my channel is all about inspiration, sharing real life stories that can help inspire, motivate, and also warn others about certain things I've been through and certain experiences that I've had in the past, so that others will learn from it and not fall into that same pit. So as you already know by the title, I'm gonna talk about how I got pregnant at 16. Yes, yes, yes. Your girl got pregnant at 16, and then I had my son when I was 17. And so far so good. He's about to turn 9 and I'm 26 already, so your girl is doing good. And I got past that phase of my life, and so today I'm gonna share with you how it all happened. Okay, so it all started back in January of 2011, I think. um I started dating this guy. I used to have really bad um period cramps, so it was one day I just started dating him, and I went to see him, and then I was like, I'm having this cramp, and he was like, when you're having the cramps, you can do the thing and it's gonna help you and stuff like that. And we did it, and your girl got pregnant because there was no protection and stuff like that. And I was so immature and stuff like that back then in Africa. Sex education was not taught as much as we're emphasizing for it to be taught right now. So your girl didn't know that much, except friends here say, there say, and all. That's how your girl was able to know what's going on and stuff like that. So your girl got pregnant, and I think I got pregnant around February. It was just like a month after or two after I started talking to this guy and stuff like that. That's a story for another day. And then your girl got pregnant. But since I was having these really nasty cramps, and I was like, God, please help me so that I don't get these cramps anymore. I didn't see my period the following month, and I thought God just answered my prayers. But why I did not raise alarm about or thought about pregnancy or thinking I was pregnant already was because instead of seeing my period as the red, I started seeing some whitish discharge. And so I told my mom, and she was like, let's go to the doctors. And luckily your girl didn't have any cramps, but my mom took me to the doctor, and I went to see a gynecologist, not just any type of doctor. And he said, I remember it vividly. He said I had infection, because I'm the type of person who's very prone to infection. You cannot cheat on me, I'll get infection. I cannot share a bathroom, I'll get infection. So since I was having all living in that condition that I had to share my bathroom, so that was something that I've had before. So that's what he told my mom, and my mom was like, okay. We came home, they gave me some flagyl. Yeah, I don't know, metronidazole. Yeah, that's the name the universal name, and he gave me some IV. Man, I can't believe these people now. He gave me some IV and some other tabs and stuff to insert, and I used it all, and it went away after a week, because like the time frame that I normally see my period, that's the time frame it lasted. And so it went away, and yeah, your girl didn't see her period. I was so excited and stuff like that, but I didn't care. So the next month it was the same thing. I told my mom. She just said, "Okay, we don't need to go to the doctors. Just take this medication again." And I took it, and it stopped. That was the way I was seeing my period when I was pregnant. For real, guys. Like, that was the way. So that continued. I remember it was my 17th birthday in April. Your girl still didn't see her period, but your girl was okay. He was happy. The doctor said I wasn't pregnant or any of that stuff. And I remember a guy came that was doing some checkup for all of us for weight issues, because I've struggled with weight all my life. So the guy was like, "You gotta be careful. And I'm like, "Huh, why?" And he was like, "I don't know, but something looks odd about you." And I was like, "Oh, really?" Like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Okay, whatever." But your girl still wasn't like serious about that. And then it was in May. I remember that was the first time I got sick. We had just moved into a new house, and my mom was on the verge of leaving for the US at that time, because I don't know if you guys know, all this happened when I was in Sierra Leone, West Africa. So my mom was planning to move to the US, and I don't know if I thought I was having like, my missing my mommy syndrome, because I was very close with, I am very close with my mom. So I got sick when we got to the new house. I remember I was so sick for like a week. I was throwing up and stuff like that. I was really sick, and then just for like 3-4 days, boom, it stopped. But then I still went to the doctors. I went to another doctor now, not a gynae. I went to see a general doctor, and he told me I have malaria. Yes, your girl had malaria. And so your girl didn't really care and stuff like that. They gave me some anti-malaria drugs, and I took it, and that was it. Your girl was good. She was, back on her feet and everything. And my dumb self, I did not know I was pregnant. I was just happy that I wasn't seeing my period. That was the deal. And, but I was becoming very lazy though, but I just try to fight it off and stuff like that. Either way, I was playing all the rough plays with my friends. I was 16, or 17 at that time. So I was just playing with my friends, and, it was just me being me. And then finally my mom left. When my mom left, I was in my room for like a whole week crying, because I missed her so bad. That was the first time I was going to be separated from my mom. So I was having really bad separation anxiety. And so when my mom left, I was all by myself in the house with the maid and the other staffs working for us at that time. And my dad was not at home most of the time. So it was just me and the maid and stuff. And by that time, I had a free house, and, one thing led to another. I was going out as I please and coming in as I please, It was just like me in the house. And so I still did not notice any of that. And then I went to see another doctor, a third doctor, because my mom came in July. By July ending towards August, my feet were swollen. And then I remember the doctor saying these words. I still don't know why he said that, but he was like, "I think your tendons are twisted." Tendons are twisted? How? But that was the explanation he gave. And so I was like, okay. I started using deep heat and stuff like that. And school was gonna start in September. Your girl still did not know she was pregnant. But towards August, I don't know, I felt like I was at one point, because I don't know, but your girl still didn't check and stuff like that. But I remember telling the maid, let's play a prank on my boyfriend at that time, who was my son's father. And we played a prank on him, telling him I was pregnant. I swear, I don't know why I did that, but we made that prank on him, and he was like, stop playing like that, I know you're not pregnant and stuff. I'm like, so what if I'm pregnant? Is this how you're gonna behave and stuff like that? But either way, we just laughed it off and stuff like that. And then moving on to September, remember I was about to start school and I couldn't find my shoe size. Already, I have a big feet. Yes, guys, I wear like a size 12, 13, depending on the brand. So I have a big fit, and imagine it's hard to find my size in Africa. So I had to go to, the thrift places back home. We call the junks to find shoe. I couldn't find my shoe size. Like, it was becoming bad. And I started to swell up. By September, your girl was swollen. I was swollen. Like, I started swelling up and stuff like that. My feet, I couldn't wear any shoes. Like, it was just that bad, for real. And then school started. I remember I had to put on slippers one day to go to school. Yeah, because my feet were swollen. The doctor said my tendons are twisted. I have experts in my family at detecting who's pregnant and all. None of them knew. Nobody knew, like, for real. Nobody knew. Oh my gosh, that's so funny thinking about it now. But nobody knew, and everyone was like, "What's wrong with her now?" The aunties I was living with at home, because we had some relatives living in the back, and one day one of them were like, "You look swollen. What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "I don't know," and all. But remember, the word pregnancy never crossed their mind, neither did it cross my mind, and stuff like that. So one day they took me to this lady. I don't remember. My mom was not there. So this my auntie said, "Oh, your mom asked me to take care of you and stuff like that," which, But she was like, let me take you to somebody so she can check and see what's wrong with your face. I remember this lady giving me a cup of some nasty concoction. And that shit was so hard to drink, and I drank it, and till this day I regret ever drinking it. But that did not even work. They gave me a whole gallon, and as soon as I was coming, I'm like, "Girl, you didn't tell me this was the shit. My mom is against stuff like that, so I'm not drinking it and stuff like that." And I threw it away. So I remember going to school, and then she went to my dad and was like, "I'm very concerned. I don't know what's wrong with her, but her face, her feet, everything about her is swollen and stuff like that." And my dad was like, "Yeah, I noticed that. You know what? I'm going to pick her up from school today, and I'm going to take her to the doctor's." That was September 26th or 27th. I can't remember the exact date. But my dad picked me up from school. I remember I just started a new school, because I was in Form 6 at that time. I've already taken my GCE. So my dad wanted me to take my A levels, so I was in lower 6. But then I'd moved from my previous high school, secondary school, Lemount. I'd moved to Lebanese school, and it was like my first or second week, my second week in the new school, and so my dad picked me up on a Tuesday, and I remember that it was on a Tuesday, but I can't remember the exact date right now. I'll check. And then my dad picked me up from school, and guess what? He took me to the doctor's. So the doctor's office back in Africa, they closed. Okay, so the doctor's office was gonna close at 5. I remember we were the last people there. And then this part is so funny. So finally, I was seeing the doctor is my dad's like very, very close friend. So, my dad's concern was I had kidney issues. That's what. But okay, let's backtrack. Let's go back a little bit. That earlier that day, I don't know, something just came in me, and I was like, I felt things moving in my stomach. At that time, I was feeling something moving in my stomach now. And I remember going into the bathroom and be like, I feel like now I'm pregnant. This has to be a child. This part is hard. This part is hard on me. And I was like, you know what? I don't know if it's a child, but if there's a child in there, baby, don't worry. Mommy's going to keep you, okay? Mommy's not going to let them take you out and stuff like that. For real, I don't know why I did that, but I remember saying that in the bathroom. And then Fast forward, my dad picked me up, and then we were at the doctor's office. And then the doctor, my dad and I went into his office, and my dad sat on the chair, and he asked me to lie on the bed that he was gonna examine me. Since everyone was thinking it was kidney issues and stuff like that. Man, I don't know. It's funny now, but it wasn't funny back then because I was nervous. I didn't know my fate at that time. So, this is so funny. The doctor started touching my stomach right in front of my dad, and boom, he felt something, and he was like, "You know what, Mr. Harris? I'm gonna go do further testing. I'm gonna take her to the lab right across the room, and I'm gonna go do further testing." And voila, guess what? I was taken outside, and the doctor was like, you're pregnant. And I'm like, me? No, doctor, I'm not pregnant. Trust me, I haven't seen my period since February. I'm not pregnant. I've not seen my period since February. So how can I be pregnant? Oh my gosh, that was the stupidest thing I could have ever said. That's to show how immature and how much of a baby I was. Like, I'm laughing now, but because, I made a beautiful human being, but it was not funny. So we moved across to the other room after I asked me if I was pregnant and asked the nurse to run a stick pregnancy test at me. And the nurse did, and the nurse got the results, and that I don't want to talk about because we did something. And then the doctor came back and he was like, "Nope, I'm not satisfied. I'm gonna have you do an ultrasound." And I was like, oh my goodness, okay. I went into the ultrasound room, and then the doctor was like, I laid down on the bed, on the table as they call it, and then he was putting the thing on my stomach, and he was putting it under my stomach, and he was like, we were in there for like 30 minutes. He was like, your uterus seems enlarged, but I don't see a child. And I'm like, oh really? I'm like, that's because I'm not pregnant. And he was like, no, you are pregnant. Look at this. Your uterus is enlarged. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And, we lay there for like 30 minutes. And finally, I was like, you know what, doctor? Sometimes I feel something right underneath my chest. And I'm like, doctor, can you please check this side? I feel something moving in me. I can't believe all of this that I'm saying now. Like, I'm laughing now, but it is what it is though. And then the doctor was like, okay, as soon as he put the, I don't know how it's called, but the thing for the ultrasound, as soon as he put it on top of there, boom, there was a baby. There was the baby. The baby was all the way up towards my diaphragm, right up my torso. So he was like, oh my goodness, you're pregnant. And I'm like, huh, doctor? How many months? How many weeks? And he was like, this doesn't look like a week or a month old baby. This baby is probably 32 weeks already. 30 what? It's like, you better give birth soon. And I'm like, I'm dead. I'm done. I'm finished. And then the doctor that was attending to me once the hospital came in, and he was like, what's the result? And he's like, she's pregnant. And the doctor was like, of course I know she's pregnant. And he was like, I'm like, doctor, please don't tell my dad. Please don't worry. I'm going to tell him myself. Please just lie that nothing is wrong. And he was like, how old are you? And I'm like, 17. And he was like, I'm sorry, you're underage. Your parents need to know. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm done. And man, like, I just wished the bed could open and I should just disappear into it. And that was like I've never been so embarrassed and disappointed at myself like I felt that moment, because I felt like I disappointed my dad, I disappointed my mom, my family, like even myself. Like, what was I thinking getting pregnant at 17? It was no joke. It was not funny. It's I had all sorts of emotions running through me. And then, guys, my father's reaction, that is gonna be in a separate video. I'm gonna do another video after this to explain how my parents reacted to me being pregnant at 17, 16, 17ish and all. But either way, what I want you to take out of this is like, if you're a teenager, you got to be careful. I believe that, sex education is good. They need to teach kids, because once you're within your teenage years, you want to explore and stuff like that. But if you don't know what to do, you're just going to fall into a trap and stuff like that. But on that note, my advice for anyone out there as parents, because yes, now I'm a mom too. My son is about to be 9 and I'm getting close to that teenage years now. So what I learned from my experiences, as parents, be willing to talk to your child, especially African parents back home. Like, it's like sex talks are just frowned upon, and you people don't talk about sex to your kids. So I encourage sex education for kids. Let them know, especially your teenagers, teenage boys, teenage girls. Let them know what's the repercussion. And for you teenage girl out there, listen, I know you want to explore, but trust me, it's sweeter when you're in your 20s. I could tell you from experience, it's sweeter when you're in your 20s. So if you can abstain, if you can wait, please wait. If you already started, just be safe. Try to check out for contraceptives and preventive measures and stuff like that. But my advice to you is that being a teenage mom is not a joke. It's not easy. It comes with a lot. So please be careful, be safe out there, and abstain. And on that note, I'm gonna end this video right here, but I'll talk to you some more and give you some more tips in my next video. So please stay tuned. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please click that subscribe button, like this video, and share and help someone out there. Thank you so much. And this is your girl Bernie Cyrus, aka Miss Breezy. Love. Bye.